Right back with more Tales of Zestiria, as per usual. I bought DLC for this game. Starter items and I think like a few collab, like a few collab costumes for some characters, I guess. There's also Alicia's story, which I had to actually pay money for, but it's fine, I guess. I think it's supposed to be like a post-game story, so I'll hold off on playing it for now, so... I also got there were also quite a few DLC skits. I don't know exactly what they entail, but we'll say, I guess. Apparently there's a skit right here. I think I got this after killing another one of those super bosses. I think... yeah, I killed the big slime super boss off stream, so...
I should learn to ski.
Huh? Why?
Because hell froze over when you started using your head.
It's okay, Rose. It's hard at first if you're not used to it.
Very funny. So that's what you think of me.
So,
Ow.
Rose, what was on your mind?
Well, you know, we've beaten a whole bunch of Hellions. Those big old boss-type suckers. But I feel like I'm... missing something.
Is it that you want to become stronger?
More like something that'll clinch the battle.
I don't know if that's necessary. You're already plenty strong, Rose.
That's something only people who've lived on the battlefield will understand. That feeling when you know what you have to do, but you lack the confidence and the strength you'll need to do it.
Knowing what you have to do. And getting confidence in your strength.
Rose, the desire for strength is one that can very easily breed malevolence.
Let's maybe pull back on that a little bit.
Rose, like I said earlier, you don't have to do anything you're not used to. Remember back in the Tintagel ruins? You listened to what I had to say and then searched your feelings to come up with your answer. Someone like you don't need to think. Just feel. Right?
Our Mickey's actually pulled together some good advice. Chalk me up as another vote.
Yeah. Maybe it's time to go back to basics. Might as well. How about where we first met then? Lady Lake, wasn't it? Yeah. Even before we met Lila.
Wow, you do make a beeline for the lady folk.
Sounds good. Thanks, everybody.
I see I needn't have worried.
But I'm glad you did. Thank you, Lila.
Of course.
Wait, what? Is there something on the map? Hold on, what is that? What is that pink icon? I don't know if this is like something I unlocked from the DLC or anything. Oh, this might be a DLC thing. Let's not deal with that. I still have like quite a few like DLC stuff, it looks like, so... a lot, yeah, a lot of skits. It's gonna take a while to get through all these, so...
That was lovely. You all just look so charming in your Idol Master.
Oh, Idol Master?
Charming, sure.
Okay.
If Alicia won't stop cringing, it ruins the effect.
But those skirts, they're so short. People might even see your undergarments if you're not careful.
Well, yeah, that's the point. They're show-off undies that go with the skirt, not real underwear.
The skirts may be a bit short, but market studies show that this is currently the most popular length, held by the citizenry to be super cute.
Yes, science has repeatedly shown that skirt length to provide optimal cuteness. Cease your resistance.
What even is an idol anyway? I'm not familiar with this use of the word.
Well, it's something admired and venerated, right? Those clothes are supposed to inspire that. Just like how you're the idol of all the citizens of Highland.
Me?
You know, like Oshinoko. I still need to watch it.
Well, the public adores and respects you. You're a symbol of hope to them. It's quite fair to call you their idol.
See, you have a sacred duty, a birthright to that outfit.
Are you quite certain that is what will bring hope to the people?
Damn right it will! The sight of an even sweeter than normal Alicia will tug their spirits right out of the doldrums. And if we're wearing it together, you're not alone, right?
Absolutely. With all four of us wearing it at once, we'll activate a cute union bonus for extra cuteness.
Yes, complete the effect with everyone's attached stuffed toy, and we will achieve maximum cute. Epic cute.
Thank you, everyone.
Don't sweat it. Still, kinda sucks that the people of Highland won't actually be able to see Lila or Edna.
They're for the Seraphs, it's fine.
Edna, watch where you swing that thing.
This is why I despise humans.
Now, Edna, you know it's not her fault.
I don't know if I'll actually, like, watch all of these. Tales of Zestiria. I doubt they're gonna be, like, huge plot importance. I don't know, I kind of feel like some of these might be a little bit more spoily. First time you and I met. On the bridge leading to Lady Lake, our caravan had broken down there. We had moved for a trip down memory lane. Why would I want to do this? And why does defeating a bunch of, like, super bosses lead to this? Oh.
Something's going on over there.
This looks similar.
Seems like their carriage wheel broke.
Why don't we help them out?
Sure.
It's done.
Well, that's a nice sunset, actually.
You can tell Rose is still feeling a little uneasy over that whole desire for strength thing we talked about earlier.
Looks like it. Seems complicated.
It is.
I was just reminded of the first time I met Saray.
Yeah, me too.
I had no idea I'd be going on a journey with you, let alone with a bunch of ghosts.
You were so gullible when you first joined. Used to be way more fun to scare you.
Is this gonna be like
It
a
was honestly kind of depressing to be feared so
Rose
much.
character development quest, basically?
You were really mean, Edna. Freaking terrorist.
You know, you
Menace
once
to
did a bit of
society?
terrorizing yourself.
Rose the infamous assassin had Saray in her sights once, didn't she?
Yeah, and then she suddenly turned around and risked her own life to save his. How precious.
We were with Saray the whole time, watching by his side, but powerless to do anything.
It really was completely nuts, what you did there.
I was just foolhardy back then. And blind to things.
You need to be that way, for some things.
Huh. So that's why you did that for him.
Hey now, Rose. You're thinking too hard about all this again. You don't have to say everything that pops into your head.
Okay.
Rose?
Lila. Strength can warp you if you don't have the proper intentions. Lunar was like that.
But if you don't have the strength and skills to make those intentions a reality, you'll just get trampled underfoot.
Yeah. Maven risked his life to teach me that. He strove for power, too, but it was for the sake of his comrades, for the sake of the Wind Riders. I do want to learn confidence in my strength. And I'm ready to get stabby for it.
Got it.
All right, I'll take this side.
Oh?
Sure.
Oh, shit.
What's
Maybe
going
I
on?
should have saved.
That should be sufficient.
Should be a doozy of a training session.
Which side am I actually playing here?
You got it.
Okay. She is level 16. She has quite... yeah, she has quite a bit of health. I could also target Zavid. Hold on. Ow, you're kind of kicking my ass. Fuck. I wasn't expecting to actually, like, fight her here. Shit. I was trying to switch over to Edna. Shoot. I think I should maybe get Zavid out of the way first, maybe. I wonder if, like, if I knock down Rose first, she'll, you know, armatize or something to null it. They're kind of kicking my ass. They hit fast and hard. Level am I now? I'm level... Rose is level 60 in that. Does kind of feel like I can do this, though, at least, so... no, they just sort of gang on me. They hit so fast. Feels so slow in comparison. Maybe I'm not meant to do this yet, because they are kind of kicking my ass, and they're also not really taking as much damage from me as I thought they would. They're only level 60. They're tanky as hell. Like, their health is barely... it's kind of barely going down. I feel like I am like 10 levels ahead of them, though. Yeah. I feel like I'm not ready for this. I should do these side quests with Sergei and Alicia then. If you're worried about him, you can always give him a kick in the butt and few. Oh, is this an... I feel like this is about to be another fight, isn't it? I feel like what they're really just doing here is giving me a bunch of optional fights to do, which I'm definitely probably not ready for yet. There's probably a bunch of side quests around, actually. Actually, they didn't put it in my little list that Rose has. I'm pretty sure I do have like a pickaxe or something that I can use to mine mithril.
Sergei, how did the negotiations with Highland go?
His Majesty and the King of Highland agreed to make peace with each other. But the process is proving quite difficult.
Even though the king agreed to it?
It's a mere formality. The conservatives are steadfastly refusing to give up their conditions.
Damn conservatives.
Progressives use this opportunity to build political power. We have allies and enemies on both sides of the fence. Things are indeed in disarray.
Man, just hearing about it wears me out.
Yeah, sounds pretty tough.
Never. It's nothing compared to what Soray and his lady have endured.
Right, you think we're married.
Just FYI, I'm not actually his...
Milady, it is very fortunate to have someone by your side when the road ahead is rife with danger. It's common for men focused on their intentions to not realize how fortunate they are. Please, look after him.
All right, leave it to me.
Please, forgive me. I'm sure I didn't need to tell you. It's time for the next meeting. Please excuse me.
This is basically Soray's beard, I think.
Don't worry. I won't budge. For all those who have paved the way for us.
Divine Wrath? Pompadour? I guess I'm just sort of going around and getting more optional dialogue from here. I do kind of want to head over to around like forest real quick and see if I can grab some mithril then. Actually, I think I can actually get the item ordering skill for Soray now. I must have grinded off stream. It's been a hot second. I forgot what I've done in this game between streams. I usually do all my grinding immediately after streaming, because otherwise I'll forget to do it.
Hey, Rose! You dropped something.
Oh, thanks. That's the equipment order form.
Order form? You mean the one you have to bring to the storm?
Yep. Are you interested?
I guess I do wonder about how business and trade really works. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you lived your whole life without money.
I hadn't really seen it before I went to Lady Lake.
Well, money's an important part of human society, especially considering the equipment we use can mean life or death out there. You want to learn?
Yeah. Please, teach me the basics.
Alright. Let me stay again, just in case there's more skits. Yep.
They love me not. They love me, they love me not. They love me.
What is it you're trying to find out?
You know how I joined halfway, and like, after I did a bunch of not so nice stuff to you guys? I kinda wonder if everyone hates me.
At least he's self-aware.
What did you find out?
Well, it looks like... yeah, everyone pretty much hates me.
Oh, come now. Saray and the others aren't like that.
Yeah, he is the shepherd and all. Not to mention kind of a goody two-shoes. So maybe it's kind of meaningful that a guy like me tags along. Even if I'm not exactly welcomed.
Then I'll do a little reading myself to see if you're truly welcome among us.
A paper flower? That means there's only one petal.
Zavid is our
Little bitch.
friend, it says.
It's just some dumb fortune.
Maybe, but my fortunes are never wrong.
Let me see again in case... okay, there's more.
I remember hearing some old folk tale about a seraph and a hellion.
Really? What kind of story was it?
Well, it's like this. There was this kind old man and this mean old lady, right? And the old lady cuts the tongue of the little bird they were keeping.
How cruel.
When
Why?
the old man goes to the cabana that his bird flew away to, the bird brings him a treasure chest. But when the old lady goes to that cabana, she gets a treasure chest full of awful things.
Wait, hold on. Can you even cut off a bird's tongue?
And what's up with the bird and the treasure chest? How could a bird prepare something like that?
Don't think too hard about
Bird's
it.
Cabana? Pretty sure you mean nest.
That's not the point of the story, okay?
It's a folk
Please.
tale, it's fine. Okay. Yep.
Hey Edna, Lila, check this out. Ta-da!
Is this a picture or some kind of poster?
Looks more like some kind of ad.
A breath of fresh air into the fashion of the Seraphim. The latest trend from Sparrow Feather brand launches right now.
I don't know if these are like
It's supposed to be.
DLC
It's a new
skits
business targeting the Seraphim.
or anything.
You guys don't need food, but you need clothes, right? It's an untouched market. The perfect opportunity for a monopoly. This is it!
I don't think the Seraphim are exactly hurting for new clothes.
I like what I'm wearing already too.
Well, of course you do. You're totally behind the times.
It's new threads, Grandma.
Times?
No one asked what you think.
That
Kids these
attitude is
days.
No good. Girls need to dress fashionably or you'll get left behind. It doesn't matter if you're Seraphim or human. No!
Then what kind of clothes do you have for us?
That's where you guys come in. I don't know what's all the rage among Seraphim these days. Huh? Aren't you too excited?
I think you broke her. You okay, Lila?
Behind the times.
Too late. Great, Rose. Now look what you did.
Huh? Me?
The only safe one here is actually in here. Misunderstandings left alone.
Rose, it still seems like you haven't quite told Sergei the truth, have you?
Yeah, kind of. I guess I don't want to disappoint him.
Yeah, me neither.
Maybe for Sergei, people like you and Rose are symbolic of the very world he wants to protect.
Maybe he's reflecting upon the loss of his family through them.
We are deceiving him, but let's keep it on the down low for a bit longer.
Yes, I agree.
Maybe you guys should make it a reality instead.
In your dreams.
See? What a cute couple.
Anyway, let's do what we have to do. And then...
A day will come when we can tell him the truth. For sure.
Alright. Before I get distracted again, let's go to around 8. I just kind of feel like I'm melting these guys a little bit. So why don't I melt Rose, honestly? Even though she's like level 60 when I fight her. Actually, grinded quite a bit. I'm pretty much almost level 70 with most of my characters at this point, so... I hope I am not like overpowered. I guess if I am overpowered, I can just up the difficulty.
Yes! Mithril is ours, baby!
Let's take it to the weaponsmith in Logren.
I hope these are gonna be like super good items. They better be. You promise we will work together as brothers to outfit you with mithril equipment. It's time to reveal the world the secret art we inherited from our late father, Milton. Work into this equipment of mithril. It's my hope that it shall help you on your journey. Consumed mithril for what? Unless it's in the shop. I still have to spend money on it. Mithril earrings, I see. It is kind of annoying that these blue marks are still on... Yeah, these blue marks are still on the map, even though I completed the side quests that are associated with them. Got mithril?
A weapon of mithril. I can feel its immense power just holding it in my hand.
Does seem like a bit of a waste, though. You do realize how much that sells for, right?
I think this right here is a better investment.
Weapons symbolize the spirit of adventure. So you're a real man after all, Sheps.
Spirit of adventure?
Huh? Was I off? What do you mean, then?
This is something we were only able to obtain because we traveled to every corner of the world. So this weapon is one of the answers our journey led us to.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, but it's earrings.
Should've known.
Not a weapon.
You're still an incorrigible choir boy.
You should be grateful, Zavid. If he'd been following your example, they'd have chucked all the mithril into the ocean for the good of humanity.
Undoubtedly.
Alright. I do think I need to go over to Lady Lake as well, so... I do kinda also want to poke my head into the cat's corner again, honestly. Just in case there's something I missed in that area. Oh, one is the cats, one is Alicia, okay. Oh, who's that?
I'd like to thank you very much for your personal invitation today, Princess Alicia.
It's quite all right. I would like to ask you for your continued support in liaising between the two countries.
Well, about that. There's still quite a bit of business left for me to take care of. I will require some...
Is this the guy we thought we were he was smuggling?
Assistance? Oh, assistance. I see.
You do understand what I mean, yes?
Yes. Of course, we'll do our best to... accommodate your needs.
Oh, if that's the case, then I shall uphold my end and work hard as well. But your answer leaves something to be desired. If you're too readable, you'll be taken for all you're worth one day or another. Be mindful.
Huh?
You need to be able to manipulate people like me if you are to rise above and lead others. You must grow stronger.
Get to become a son of a bitch like me.
I still have so much to learn.
Please, don't push yourself too hard.
Politics is cutthroat.
But I'm really not. I'm merely doing what's necessary.
It must be hard for you, Princess Alicia.
It's not so much about my ideals. I need to be strong enough to protect my people, even if I must soil my hands to do so. The strength of a knight exists to protect, and their kindness serves the people. It is the people who will create a malevolence-free Kingdom of Highland. I must be strong enough if I am to be its foundation.
You have changed much, Princess Alicia.
It's nothing special. Those out there fighting against unknown disasters are the real heroes. As their companion, I can't stop here.
Then at least please get some rest.
Very well. I yet have time before meeting with the Prime Ministers.
Not gonna say hi to her.
Alicia sure seems different.
Yeah, she's matured as a woman for sure.
I believe it's because she's grown so resolute in what she must do to realize her dreams.
And that probably inspired her to become a politician.
Yeah,
Lonely without her?
no way. I believe in her. Alicia will be just fine.
She has her own
Mature
DLC
like
story.
yourself.
Well, you know.
Whoa now.
Uh-huh.
And she's no
Instincts
longer
tell me
there.
that there's treasures nearby.
Is there? Oh, it's a tiny chest on a table. 30k, okay. Kinda don't want to stay here for too long because I feel like I'm gonna lose my marbles. I'm gonna look around in case. Oh, wait. Tiger Stripe Foxtails. Foxtail soup.
Whoa!
That foxtail is huge!
Oh, we should harvest a couple pounds of it. It looks quite tasty.
Ew, not sure about that.
No. Just brown it and add water, oil, maybe some red wine. Simmer over low heat.
Lila?
Add in some, what is it? Onions, carrots, tomatoes, potatoes.
Are you thinking about oxtail, not
Cover it,
foxtail?
Let it sit for 3 hours.
Yes, we get it. Foxtail soup. Like oxtail soup.
Yeah.
Ugh. Are you quite satisfied?
Yes, thank you very much.
Honestly, how can someone like you even be Prime Lord?
You have to be cunning, like a foxtail.
I'll kick your foxtail.
Seems like Lila's the fox and we're the hen house.
Well, you can't blame the fox. Not when it's handed such a tasty meal.
Still this. Which is just lets me rewatch old skits, I think. Like, how many am I missing? Quite a lot. Yeah, there's probably also like alternate skits here. If I triggered certain things after getting Zavid instead of Dazzle. Guess there's no way for me to get them though. So, and I do so in like New Game Plus. And then these are like all of the freaking tutorial ones, but I'm missing some of them, which is kind of crazy. They would let me miss like tutorial skits. Skits that actually teach me how to play the game. Okay, I don't think there's anything else here other than an oxtail, so please take me out of here. Or I lose my mind. First time you and I met... I feel like there's not much else for me to do other than do that Rose fight. And continue with the main story, maybe. Can I get... No, they don't have BG. I can't get up. Yeah. They hit so hard and fast. I feel like... I don't know what I can really do about that, unfortunately. Maybe I should start using items. Taken by one ally or foe during battle. This does feel a little bit better, but it kind of feels still like a bit of a grind. Yeah, it does feel like this all divide is really working in my favor, actually. Ow. Ah, frick. Speed, stop kicking my ass. We're fine. No, we're not. Oh, Zavita's down. Okay. Actually, now that I'm just against Rose, I should really just start spamming Seraphic Arts. Please be okay, and oh no, she's not okay. Well, certainly not okay. There we go. There's the reason I'm the shepherd, Rose. Why?
This feeling.
What are you doing? Why are you spinning?
Ow.
Are you okay?
Saray, everyone, thank you.
Did something click?
Yep.
Show us. We could give you some feedback.
Not here. I'm still figuring out how to adjust my strength, and I don't want you all to get hurt.
Oh, okay.
Rose, if I may ask now, what is the reason you felt the need to gain confidence in your strength?
Huh? It's my way of preparing for the final battle, I guess. Like, I'm not as capable as you guys are. I wanted to feel not just passion, but real physical strength. So that I'll know I can follow through on the answer I reach.
Rose.
Come on, guys, don't take it so seriously.
Rose, don't you think this might be the perfect time to tell everyone what you said to me in Lastenbell?
What? Not now. The moment's like way past already.
What is it? Now I'm curious.
Well... Nope. Can't do it. Ask Lila sometime when I'm not around.
You're my friends.
I
Oh,
want you to
I
know
think that's pretty much what
that
she said.
I'm really, really glad we met you.
So Lila style.
Huh? I didn't mean it to sound like that.
Sheesh, I'm joking. Anyway, the sun's down already. Let's spend the night in Lady Lake. I'm starving.
Oh my, honestly.
Your perceptions weren't wrong after all.
Though it's more trouble on our plates.
So says the biggest trouble of them all.
You're a trouble.
Be nice to Mikleo. Just a little
Face it,
guy.
we're all trouble.
You can say that again.
Guys, dinner time! Chop chop!
Coming!
And the seed of worry budded and bloomed into a beautiful flower. The end.
The end.
The whole thing with Rose's new move? But that
Is it an
lovely
actual,
flower
like,
was
new
about to
move?
get its petals munched off by the worry worm.
Yes, all my mothering just made things more complicated. I won't do it again.
But the occasional screw-up is one of your charming features, Professor Lila.
Aww. If only Professor Zavid would screw up as rarely as Professor Lila.
Oh, no! Called out by Professor Edna.
Don't you think so, Professor Mikleo?
What? I'm not a professor.
Professor Miclio, you already earned your honorary degree by being the first to discover Rose.
That's something Rose decided herself, not me. Same as today. And again, I'm not a professor.
But Professor...
You don't want to be, though.
A professor.
Professor Edna, Professor Miclio is being uncooperative.
You need to hold him down.
We expected better, Professor Miclio.
Yeah, Professor Miclio, clean up your act.
Lila, I understand your concerns, and I'm honestly grateful you brought up the potential dangers back there. You all are far more experienced than the rest of us, and we owe you guys a lot for your guidance.
Professor Miclio!
Professor Miclio's back!
How rude, Professor Miclio.
This'll teach me to ever say anything sincere again.
Learned a Crown of Torment. Okay. If you went through an entire thingy to learn it, then. Crown of Torment. New Mystic Art. Mystic Art that fires blades towards the enemy in every direction after 4-hit combo into normal state at BG5 or higher. Press and hold circle and R2 to activate. So can you even get up to... Well, I have to check your equipment for that, I think. I just kind of feel like there's not really much I can do other than continue with the main story, so I guess we might as well. Yeah. Statue of the Thunder God.
Well, doesn't he look scary?
It's probably the enshrined god of the Mount Mabinogio ruins.
What if it's just
I couldn't tell you its
Zenrus?
name, but
This is Zenris.
Yep.
What? You mean Gramps?
Long ago, people worshipped Zenris as the god of thunder, the deity encompassing both severity and grace.
oh, so that whole time, what we grew up playing and exploring in was
Gramps' shrine.
Crazy. Big empty room, which means we're probably gonna fight something here.
A dead end.
What? But this was the only path.
Supposedly.
Another illusion.
We can't waste any more time. I think we'll need to come up with a way to punch through her illusions.
We punch her.
How?
Illusions or not, they still punch back pretty good.
I don't think the illusions will last much longer.
Huh? Why not?
Simone is a seraph. It's gotta be hard for her to maintain her powers in the middle of all this malevolence.
Speak of the devil.
For all the illusions I craft for you, your hearts refuse to budge the slightest inch. It seems I will need to take other measures.
She's shaking.
What, baton twirling?
Submit yourselves!
Sorry, it's just a little bit. Okay, we're just fighting you. Okay. It's just a little bit built different. Okay. 76, 28. Well, she has less health than Rose and Zavid had, so crazy. I'll play as Rose for a bit, see if I can get her new ability.
Are you sympathizing with me? If you care so much, then succumb to the darkness!
Yeah, Simone's voice actress does evil surprisingly well, actually. I like this specific flavor of evil, I guess.
Fit only to be clipped! Lila, is this an illusion too?
No, I suspect this is the real Simone. Either way, we just gotta keep at it.
There's kind of a lot going on, honestly, and we're also just kind of juggling her, honestly. I'm a little bit worried she might Mystic Art on us in a second, though.
Be a good boy and disappear. You don't have it in your heart to kill a seraph anyway.
Why don't you speak for yourself, Toots?
Then kill me if you can.
And unleash your hellion nature!
Shepherd, Squire, all of you.
Jeez.
Your souls refuse to be stained. Then together let us dance in visions of madness.
Like, she's not really attacking or hitting me very much. I guess we are kind of juggling her, honestly.
Your curtain call
Fuck.
shall perish, but your despair shall not. An eternity without escape.
What? Oh, I died. Can I target her different illusions? I guess I can, but this one is really close, so I might as well. The illusions have much less health, actually. I have 8 BG with Water Armistice right now. That is kind of insane. Well, she's dead.
If you don't kill me, this stage will never know a curtain.
Simone, that's enough.
think I'm hesitating?
Do you accept death?
Wait! Shepard!
Bye!
There it is. So that's your real face.
Let's go. I'm worried about Gramps.
Oh, sure.
You're not
It's
worth my
already
time
too late.
anymore.
Everything is lined up just as our Lord has planned it.
And what? You think we're the types to just turn around and run home?
Why must you fight back? The more you fight, the more you suffer. Why do you resist our Lord's vision? A world free of suffering, free of restraint. I know you haven't forgotten that wind seraph who gave his life for the burden of his sins. The answer he reached was that of revenge. Tell me, is that not the same goal our Lord shares? By denying our Lord, are you not denying him as well?
Shut up.
Dazzle did suffer. I know. But he made a decision and put everything toward achieving it.
Yes, with the end goal of freedom from agony.
But Dazzle was...
To resist and fight against one's own sins. Such foolishness is nothing less than the denial of the self. And for all that resistance and denial, all of the sacrifice, nothing awaits but an empty death.
Simone, since you stopped resisting, have you ever felt truly alive?
What?
It is true that fighting back brings pain and suffering. But once you raise your head and take the first step toward your answer, wouldn't you think that is when life begins? At first, I'm sure, Dazzle was trying to break free from his suffering. But even when he remembered his true past, did he curse the very sins you speak of? Did he despair and just give up?
Oh, I see.
So that's why in the end, Dazzle was smiling. Why he was able to smile. Is that it, Lila?
But what does that matter? If you don't reach the correct answer, you've got nothing to show for it but hollow contentment!
And when did contentment become a bad thing?
The goal is important, but that doesn't mean that the journey is not.
Mere sophistry.
Haven't you noticed by now? We're pressed for time, and yet here Lila is trying to do you a favor.
Simone, remember what you asked me that one time?
I sincerely
Should
doubt.
what only brings misfortune be allowed to exist? Is that entity evil to the core and worthy of death?
It wasn't a question that required an answer.
But I'm answering it anyway. You don't have to think of yourself as evil.
I sincerely
Nor-
doubt
I mean, it's okay if you're evil.
we're gonna turn Simone to the good side here.
Well, I mean, that's not quite what I really wanted to say. Like,
Don't try to be eloquent.
I think all kinds of people should live. Together, we can find the way for all of us to be happy. And so you too.
You don't understand. You don't even understand how cruel you are. You talk of happiness, yet even now you snatch it away from me. I have no reason to exist if I cannot work for the cause of our Lord. No reason at all.
Will she not get it? Can I please punch her?
Let's go, Saray.
Yeah.
I mean, sucks to suck, I guess. Alright,
Do you think we got our message across to her?
we got something across to her.
More than that, I cannot say.
Well, she stopped crying. At least. Is it just gonna be Camlin? Yeah, it looks like. Welcome home, I guess.
Camlon.
My first time here, yet I already know the place. Feels bizarre.
It's like time has stopped ticking here.
You might be more right than you realize, considering how much power Mautellus wields.
So, this is where he died.
Lila, are you okay?
Thank you, Saray. I'm just fine.
We got a ways to the shrine still. Keep your chins up.
Quite.
Alright. Oh, pity for okay. Pity for Simone.
You know, I can't help but feel sorry for Simone.
Ouch.
She must have been having a hard time coping with her burdens.
To the point that she couldn't find meaning in her life until she started working for Heldalf.
And with such tremendous powers, too. It's a real shame she couldn't believe in herself.
She could have killed us with those powers of hers. I wonder if Heldalf ordered her not to.
But more than that, I'm wondering if she could have killed us. Her powers went beyond the typical domain of seraphic arts. They felt more special.
Oh, you mean like from an oath?
An oath she took not to kill anybody.
Humans, Seraphim, Hellions, whatever she's up against, she can do anything and everything but kill them. Feels like it means something, and at the same time, it doesn't.
But at the end, it felt like she was genuinely going all out on us.
That's how much she wanted to kill us. Even if it meant breaking her oath, losing her powers, and defying her feline overseer.
Yes. If she hadn't been hampered by the concentration of malevolence in this area, we were very lucky.
She hated me that much.
I feel like the oath stuff is actually pretty important, but I feel like they haven't really explained it very much, honestly, like how the oaths work. Does this one still work?
Butter is a dairy product made from the
That
fat and
works.
protein components of churned
Excuse me.
cream. It is a semi-solid emulsion at room temperature, consisting of approximately 80% butterfat. It is used at room temperature as a spread, melted
There
as a
we
condiment,
go.
and used as an ingredient in baking, sauce making,
Now it
pan
works.
frying, and other cooking procedures.
I think what I should really do is we should normalize checking to make sure trigger fire works by using exclamation point butter. You get a recording of Jono saying the butter quote. He told me that one of his coworkers started watching the podcast. Are they cool? Are they gamer? You know? And now they started calling him Jonah at work and the nickname's catching on. Hell yeah. 2, 3, 4. Is this it? Yes. There we go. Hell yeah. Kind of difficult to actually pull off though. Actually, everyone probably gets like a second mystic art at some point, probably. It's probably not just Rose. It'd be weird if it was just Rose, honestly.
Purification complete.
Is it the big stone here? Yeah. Camlin's founding monument.
This stone monument looks pretty new.
It says something here. Let this be the beginning.
A monument commemorating the establishment of Camlon?
The beginning of what, I wonder? Michael had just quit being a shepherd.
The beginning of a normal life with his family, I suspect.
And also, maybe, the first step toward a world without malevolence.
So Camlon's name, the Origin Village, it probably didn't initially mean the origin of the Age of Chaos.
He meant it to instill hope.
Michael.
There's still a chance, Lila. We can make Camlon the origin of hope again.
By bringing a close to the Age of Chaos.
Indeed.
Alright. When Genshin says something like this is a part of me in combat because for some reason that got stuck in my head. Can't think of who immediately. Is it like someone I play, usually? It has to be. Like all the Genshin characters' voice lines are like written out on like the wiki maybe. Sounds like a girl, let's see. Let me think. Is it Nahida maybe? I mean I don't really see any like lines that would be around.
Everyone hold hands!
Like that one. Is it like around that tone? That voice? That one. Yeah, Nahida. I think she's voiced by Kimberly Ann Campbell, I think is the voice actor's name. I don't see the quote listed, but that's definitely the voice. Did you like Mandela affect yourself, buddy? Yeah, she doesn't have any roles or any voice lines like that, so But it does seem like something she would say. Alright. There's a shop here. Oh, it's a turtle, I say.
The malevolence is getting stronger and stronger. Are you guys doing all right?
You don't have to worry about us. We're fine.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, just worry about yourself.
Once I get out of this chest menu, I will be attacked, so... Ah, shit. Okay. What is that? I don't think that's Heldaf, is it? That's something. A little bit too bright and glowy to be Heldaf. Like, that definitely looks like something important, doesn't it? I feel like I should save before fucking around and finding out, though. I didn't actually look up yet. That is kind of scary. It kind of almost looks like a big old eye in the sky. Kind of scared to get close. This is definitely an enemy, right? Yeah, Odin. Level 18. Not gonna say anything about Odin here. If I'm not meant to fight this guy, I might come back later. But his health is going down, so... He is about to die though, he's at 7k. Come on, there you go. I got 0 grade from it. I don't know if I should like reset so I can fight him again for a better grade. Maybe. Hold on. Like if it's not like a story battle, then I'd rather get as much grade from it as possible. I don't know, I just think the whole the idea of Mandela affecting yourself is just kind of funny. How about I Mandela you into be a banana VTuber next? How? I'm very much not banana shaped or banana flavored. Oh, what remains of Shepherd Michael's home? Also, there's a Norman here. Let me get the skit.
Oh, hey, we saw this before in the Earth and Historia.
Michael's house. And Muse lived here too, right?
Yeah, I guess that means I was here myself, as a human baby.
So that makes Camelon your hometown, huh?
It's yours as well, isn't it?
I suppose. But I don't feel anything toward it.
It's just one of those historical technicalities.
I can't think of my hometown as anywhere but Elysia.
Yeah, same.
You and me. Elysians now and forever.
Now and forever.
Cute. Jesus Christ. What the hell is... Is there just gonna be like a bunch of like really buff enemies here that I can optionally kill? I guess it would make sense since this is where the source of the malevolence is. There's gonna be like really big tough enemies here. I kinda wanna take a good look at it, if it's not gonna aggro on me at least. I kinda wanna just get a good look at it. What, are you like Shura? Or something? I don't know what you would be. I'm not about to find out either.
Is that a monolith?
Yes, it is. Surprising we're getting monoliths over here. Difficulty settings, intense and chaos. Survive enough battles at higher difficulties to unlock these punishing settings. Well... well... Friends may weep openly or faint. I honestly have no idea how much we have left. Oh my goodness, yeah, this is its own dungeon, isn't it? It's like every character has their own like second mystic art. I should probably at least try to unlock them before I fight the big final boss here.
The amount of malevolence here is just crazy. If Saray wasn't here, we'd all be dragons by now.
Is Mount Hellas emitting it, or is it flowing into Mount Hellas? In either case, the malevolence here is definitely what turned Mount Hellas into a Hellion.
The heart of the malevolence seems to be in the back of the village, and there we should find...
Heldalf and Mount Hellas.
Let's go! The Hellions in this region are incredibly strong. We must be careful.
I will. You guys do the same.
We got this. Never underestimate the Shepherd's posse.
And there are a few things I'm wondering. Hold on. Like, you still have a thing for the crucibles here. And I still haven't found a crucible specifically for Zavid yet. I don't want to go barreling straight into the final boss, honestly. Especially if there's still like stuff I can get, especially if it's stuff that can actually help me fight the final boss. So, you know. Wait, apparently I already have Soray's. Hold on. Think. Maybe. Divine Wrath. Okay. Apparently I got it from, what's his face? Sergei, okay. And the already actually has hers. I can't believe I didn't realize. Okay. Oh. Advise you not to go near Plitterback Wetland. A legendary wyvern has been spotted.
The legendary wyvern. It appears to be a formidable Hellion.
Appears to be?
I'm not an expert on every Hellion in the land.
You're right. Sorry.
Whoa, sincerity. That's new.
Alright. Plitterback Wetlands, okay. I feel like if it is a wyvern, I'm gonna be able to see it from quite a ways away. Oh no, I see it. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
Alright. Level 55, that is not bad.
So this is the legendary wyvern.
Please be careful. It's as strong as a dragon.
It's only level 55, it's fine.
What a formidable opponent!
Alright.
We managed to defeat it.
Yeah, finally.
Zavid, was this Hellion someone you knew?
This is where my old comrades and I first embarked on our journey, way back when. This was a
Play
slight
Tales of
acquaintance.
Berseria to find out, I guess.
Amazing. You have had friends, Zavid?
Damn.
Ouch! Right in the dignities.
Right in
I
the
wish I could
dick.
meet them, Zavid. Your old comrades.
Me too.
But you can't, can you?
Probably not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't sweat it. It's the destiny of a long-lived seraph to make many farewells.
Destiny, huh?
Do really like this track, this
Hey,
guitar track.
Here again in the same place. The whole new set of comrades. Life sure is funny sometimes.
Is that the destiny of the Seraphim?
Yep. I hope you'll remember it, Mickey boy.
It'd be harder to forget it.
Well said.
Don't you think Zavid was acting a bit weird earlier?
It felt like he was hiding something from us.
But he did say we were his comrades.
Yeah, I think of him that way too.
So do I.
Then it's okay. We don't have to ask him. I trust that he'll tell us when the time is right.
That's fair.
Did that soothe your soul, gentle shepherd?
Sorry. Thanks for lending an ear.
No worries. I'll even give you a discount.
Huh? It costs money?
Learned heaven or hell. What's that? Young Darkwind. Wait, that like a new fashion? New costume item for him? Also, I haven't been really paying attention to like all these costume items and stuff. Yeah. Well, he like that is a tight shirt, goddamn. Oh, how his abs look more defined in that shirt. Actually, yeah, the side quest for defeating tough Hellions has actually disappeared. Still one for Crucibles though. We'll say this guy looks pretty crazy here. Like, I guess it's supposed to be like sort of like an eclipse sort of looking thing. Like, honestly, it just looks like a giant eye in this guy.
Ugh, so much malevolence. It's way worse than the last time we fought held off.
Oh, beats are bumping.
Just means we're getting closer and closer to him.
Yeah, we can't afford to let our guards down.
I'll take on this cute-looking succubus.
But she's a powerful opponent with few weaknesses.
We've come this far. You can't lose yet!
Rose?
I'm digging her nails.
Just make sure her nails don't dig you.
Stop, man. Or did I do it? Yeah.
Too late for you.
Nice. That one's cool. That's a bonus boss. Okay. feel like I don't want to deal with you right now. I do think we might end up finishing the game today, so yeah. Very strong feeling. Why am I here? Well, I think I was here because I went to fight the dragon guy that's over here. But when I defeated him, it actually gave me a skit, and I didn't want it to do the skits off stream, so I'm gonna fight him again, I guess. I think I was just grinding or something, so... Did I change my difficulty settings? I might have, actually. Hold on. Because when I did this off stream, I did it really easily. Let me check just in case. Yeah, I'm on hard. That makes sense. Okay. I'll probably just play the rest of this game on normal, honestly, because hard just honestly kicks my ass so badly. How much health does it have? It has 500 health. Come on.
What a formidable opponent!
Alright.
It might not have been as strong as a dragon, but you could have fooled me.
A dragon.
Something bothering you?
Yeah, I guess. It felt like that Hellion resented us somehow.
Really?
Just a gut feeling.
Huh. I wonder.
Aliens are just like that. It's purified now, wherever it is. It's probably feeling great.
I always said fuck us in particular, maybe. I don't know if that was supposed to be like a specific reference to anything. I don't think so. Alright. I feel like I'm gonna get lost here super quickly, actually. Don't really have to this sense of direction. Impressive Innominate.
The crest of Maltellus?
No, wait. Something's off. It's...
This is the crest of Innominate.
Innominate? Who's that?
A rather enigmatic seraph who only comes up in the oldest texts.
Is he like the
He's
devil?
one of the 5 lords, before Mount Tellus.
a lord before Maltellus. Do the 5 lords switch in and out?
Everything comes and goes, without exception. Right now, those who worship Maltellus vastly outnumber adherents of the other 4 lords. Tomorrow, it may be the opposite.
I see. I guess that makes sense.
So this was a shrine to Innominate.
It looks like it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wow. Usually they can't help but go on and on about this stuff.
Lila, maybe we ought to...
Huh?
No, moving on.
Right. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guessing these probably lead to... This probably unlocks this door, which leads to another bonus boss, I think, maybe. I'll at least try to unlock it first. I don't know if I need to do these in order. I don't know if I was just lucky and just happened to get it right, or if the order didn't really matter. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna deal with that yet, at least. Unless I need to. But if I don't, I will refrain. I don't know, these just seem kind of silly, honestly. Like, the fire one is an actual puzzle. These I can just break. Another big boss? Yep. What are you? You look funny. You look funny, silly. Okay. This feels like, honestly, a very roundabout way to get to the center of the shrine, honestly. Game just wants to make sure I see all 4 of these secret bosses, I guess. I do kind of feel like I'm melting the enemies a little bit,
Still no
but...
sign of him or his traps? The wait is almost the worst thing.
I'm starting to feel very uneasy about this.
Hey, didn't I tell us to keep our chins up? Doesn't do any good to speculate.
You're right.
I am kind of melting the enemies a little bit, but also I don't want to raise the difficulty or anything. I don't know, this game... Oh wait, I see Norman. Hold on. I think that should be almost all Norman at this point now, then. Is there something else here? I think there was something else here, yeah. Or the ritual swords.
Saray, take a look. Ritual swords.
Yeah. Looks like this place had something to do with shepherds after all.
There used to be a great many shepherds. If only some of them were still walking this earth.
Right. But history is history, and it's put us here now. You, me, everyone.
True enough. And don't forget, every moment we live is also part of history.
Then we better do what we can not to disappoint our future selves.
Yep. After all, the future's filled with jerks like me who hold the past to an impossible standard.
Criticize this, you jerks.
Cute. Okay. Yeah, as for Norman, I have all of them except for Phoenix. Yeah, I just needed to find the 49 to begin with. So, I don't know what I need in order to get Phoenix then. Probably just stay at the end again. Oof. I think what I want to do is get to another save point, and then I'll teleport over to an inn so I can teleport over to the end to see if I can get any more skids before the final battle. Where do you teleport me if you see me? Not that far. Cool. Oh, it's kind of cute. Cute little dinosaur little guy. I'm not gonna deal with you yet though, so you know. Maybe in New Game Plus or something.
Hey, Zavid. Didn't you say before that you had a score to settle with Mautellus?
Yeah, but it looks like I won't have to kill him.
The fact that you met Saray opened new possibilities for you, didn't it?
Yes, my fated meeting. Too bad my destiny was a shepherd, not a pair of hot twins.
Are you dumb?
Seriously. To kill one of the 5 lords? Even to think that you could kill them is ridiculous.
Well, you never know what'll happen until you try.
You knew your answer from the start, and you've stuck with it the whole way through. I'm actually impressed.
Why, thank you, Rosie. Care to sign a pact and be my vessel?
Too far.
Ow! Thanks a lot, Zavid.
Hmm?
It makes me really happy that by meeting each other, you found a way to save yourself.
Makes me really happy you gave me this gun.
Ray. I swear, you're the corniest guy alive. You gotta stop being such a softie. We still got work to do.
Right.
Shepherd's outfit determination. What is the difference? What is the difference? I cannot tell. I can't tell. I can't really tell the difference at all. The heart of the malevolence.
Where the hell is this?
This is incredible.
It defies all reason.
The massive amount of malevolence must be behind this warped scenery.
And so that's why the landscape here is so out of this world?
If there is a hell, I wonder if it's like this.
Says the person who's actually been to it.
I told you I'd tell you all about it when I see it, ladies. And I have a feeling I won't be waiting long.
Glad to see everyone still got the energy to joke around at least.
They're the same as ever, that's for sure.
I don't think you guys can be the ones to say that.
Oh yeah? Well then how about a guy like me?
Very reassuring.
Yeah, really.
Anglaise, the snack of kings. Well,
With their rich aroma and elegant sweetness, marrons glacés are masterpieces, with ingredients that come from the bounty of earth.
what are you talking about,
Indeed.
Edna?
It's a luxurious sweet that would be best savored at an afternoon tea party.
Darn right. Chicks dig classy stuff like that.
You sure seem to be knowledgeable about what goes on in a lady's mind, Zavid.
Sweets are important because they hold the key to a lady's heart.
Marrons glacés require the utmost delicacy and devotion to make.
It's been said that an ancient king once sent them as a gift to his beloved queen.
Yep, with its touch of romance and sweet chestnuts, it's the perfect treat to get you some sweet, if you know what I mean.
Your pickup lines are about as smooth as sandpaper, and you wouldn't know what to do with marrons glacés in a million years. Get real.
Actually, I do think I remember looking up how to unlock certain skits, actually. I think some of them do unlock from if your characters make snacks, or like very specific snacks, I guess. Maybe? Maybe. And then I kind of want to just head over to an inn real quick. I'll say at the end a few times just to see if there's any new skits, and then also so I can get a food boon.
Attention, everyone.
What's up?
I found this.
A letter?
This will be a short missive. The time for alliance grows nigh. I would judge your true strength. I shall await you in the far depths of Igraine, the shrine of the fire trial. I will not blame you if you turn and run, but know that I shall judge you to be cowards.
What the huh?
It's a summons. They want us to go to the fire trial shrine.
Sounds like someone wants to pick a fight with us.
Who? Seriously?
I'm curious about the time for alliance bit.
You are? A lady's intuition, is it?
If that's what you want to call it.
Well, alright then. Why don't we check it out?
I guess I can poke my head into fire trial real quick. This is probably gonna be another bonus boss, right? There's a bunch of Norman, it sure looks like it.
Oh, Shepard and friends! What are you doing here?
We got a letter. How about you, Attack?
Same with us. It went on and on about the time has come.
So have I.
Has come for the Alliance and liberation.
What?
Oh.
The mascot was a Norman. Who are you?
Very well. You want to know who consigned you to the flames of hell? I am...
This is a voice actor for this.
It's Brother Phoenix! I ain't seen you in a dog's age.
Ain't that the truth? How you doing? You still hyper?
Of course he is. Yep, it's true that Phoenix might be the strongest of all us Norman.
But if you took away his hyper, there'd be nothing left.
I am the man among men, the strongest of all Norman, Phoenix!
We kind of figured that out already.
Ugh, blast. I practiced it so many times.
So, Phoenix, you're the one who called us all here?
Why, yes. Yes, I did. I disguised myself as a mascot and secretly assessed your abilities this whole time.
I feel like I know his voice.
We did too, actually.
It was pretty obvious. He was dangling right there.
But it was good to keep quiet. He's so easily emasculated.
For sure. He gets way too wrapped up in appearances.
I was surprised.
Is that really true?
True enough.
What a farce! I could never relinquish her to such a buffoon!
Huh? Relinquish her?
Show me your power, then we'll talk!
Alright, what level are you, buddy? Level 83. That is not too bad, honestly. Not as bad as the turtles, at least. I kinda want Edna.
Hey! Why do we need to fight?
Who needs a reason? A man's man speaks with his fists!
My fists are pretty capable, too.
Oh.
Fine! I don't get it, but I'll do it!
That was painful. No talking, just beat him down. So agitated from the skill he's associated, I'm guessing his element is wind, but what's up with this little guy? He's kind of kicking my ass.
I cannot lose to your kind.
I actually, I didn't see what type of enemy he is, actually. But that definitely feels possible. Oh, can't see what enemy type he is. Oops. Winged. Yeah, wouldn't have gotten that. Normally. It's already down to 6k, so let's see, like, he has Phoenix, he might self-revive. If he does, I won't be surprised. Not great, not great, not great, not great, not great.
I am the Phoenix. I cannot lose to your kind.
Oh. Yeah, that wasn't good, was it? He is at 2k though. Shoot. Fuck.
I cannot lose to your kind.
Maybe I should go back. Maybe I should come back to you. I do plan to do the post-game at least, so I'll come back to that, I think. Maybe we'll just do the final boss instead and we'll see how that goes.
We're here. Yeah.
Saray, no matter what, all of us are here behind you.
Until I shoot you out with this gun.
So, there you have it.
So there you have it.
Let's kick some ass!
Thanks, guys, for everything.
Time to bring an end to all of this.
Let's go.
The two of them haven't once mentioned their Gramps ever since we entered Camelot.
Right, we haven't seen what happened to Gramps yet.
Perhaps they mean to show him that it won't do him any good to bring harm to Zenris.
I don't know. Look to me like they're just scared. Like they're afraid to acknowledge their weaknesses.
Come on!
Okay. A little scared of what might happen here. Oh.
Heldolf, it's time to settle this!
A world where all who live know pain. It is indisputable that every creature yearns to be liberated from this senseless suffering. Why do you fight back, Shepherd?
It may be that the world you strive for would free us all from suffering and anguish. But I still don't think it's the right solution.
We don't want to avert our eyes from pain.
Only in knowing hardship can we celebrate and feel enlivened in the good times.
That's right. We want to be able to feel that we're alive.
The peace that only comes from fighting against suffering. Surely you don't think the world should consider that a blessing?
We're not saying it's a bad thing to run away from it.
Just that we don't plan to do that.
I merely speak of the laws of nature.
You mean to live is to obey the laws of nature?
What else would it be?
You're wrong. All that is not being dead. You, of all people, ought to know just how painful that can be.
Let me ask you one more time, Shepherd Saray. Join me.
Never!
The Lord of Calamity and the Shepherd. So they are this world's light and dark. But I will not succumb to light.
I won't give in to darkness!
Okay, straight into it, I guess. Okay. Okay.
Get ready, everyone!
We must draw Maltelis' powers out from him.
Otherwise, we'll never be able to identify their bond. Got it! Sword fight!
Brute.
Crimson Flare! May it burn your soul!
Sorry, Zabine, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I kinda need Rose to change. What?
But of course, no matter how strong you get, you cannot abandon the one who raised you.
Saray?
Gramps! What?
You said you wouldn't give in to darkness. Then what is it you feel this very moment?
He's absorbed Zenris?
It's kind of fucked up, buddy.
Layla, if we purify him, we can save Gramps, right? Layla! Gramps!
Do you feel it? The pain of hurting one's beloved children?
Heldolf!
Go on, save him, if you can.
It's kind of fucked up, man. Shoot.
Gramps! Gramps! You monster! Just kick his ass! Then we can talk!
I can get behind that.
Yeah, if we just wail and moan, we're sunk.
I thought you had a way to sever the bonds of Hellions. Why aren't you using it on me?
I knew he was plotting something, but...
This is worse than using Zenris as a hostage.
Saving your guardian would require you to sacrifice your comrades. But if you use it, you'll never defeat me. It's quite the quandary, isn't it, Shep?
Hold up. How could you?
Dude, you just kind of fucked up, man. Man. Okay.
You understand now?
Gramps, I'm sorry. At least I can end your suffering.
I didn't become this way by my own hand. It was you people, your sin.
Shut up! I'll never let you have your way!
Shit.
Pretty good.
Man, maybe I should just focus on Helaf, actually. Fuck, that move sucks. It's gonna have at least one more phase, I think. I feel like it'd be very appropriate him to have at least, like, a final transformation. At very minimum. I still feel like you have another phase.
Rose, wait! I won't ask you to understand, or ask you not to hate me. So please, let me do this.
But Rose, please, there must be some other way.
You can't stand the thought of losing your own family. Isn't that precious?
Screw you! Gramps, Muse, none of them would have had to die if it weren't for you! It's all your fault!
Yeah, they're not the ones who suffered for such a foolish decision.
So, what will you do?
And you.
That's what I promised!
This is not the place for a squire.
Saray!
This is something that I have to do myself. Thank you, Rose, for everything.
Saray! Idiot!
Saray. Stand back, everybody!
I won't let you carry this by yourself.
You're not fit to save anyone!
Use Raw Brûlée!
You know full well the
He
rules,
means
and
well.
that's the very
You
reason. I know. It all depends. I humbly
accept.
accept. You believe it, and live your life to the fullest. And I know you will not go astray.
Rest in peace, Gramps.
I won't forget this pain.
That's so anime, hold on.
Saray, Mikleo, well done.
Your resistance is such that you would dirty your own hands? So be it. I shall grant you true loneliness. Artorius!
Oh, that's... $200,000 health? Holy shit,
Your resolve. Before me, all of it is worthless.
No turning back for either of us now. If we did, it would negate everything we've ever done. Isn't that right, Heldolf?
Think not to lecture me, urchin.
Saray, remember, we can only afford to use it 4 times.
Fire us at him while Armatize as the ultimate attack!
Make sure you pull the trigger when he stumbles so you don't miss.
It'll take stones to pull it off. Can you handle it?
I'll be supporting you too. We can do it, Saray!
this feels like a lot of pressure, Sunlight. It probably just won't let me do it until he actually gets knocked down or something, maybe. How do I make you stumble, though? I mean, I can target the hands, but I don't know if there's really a point to me for doing so. Like, they don't have separate health or anything, so I'm trying to use my Mystic Art, but I can't seem to pull it off. I keep dying. Am I missing something? Let me show you Fear and Despair. That's not good.
Evil ones, return to nothingness.
What am I meant to do there? Because I'm definitely meant to do something. I can't use my Mystic Art or anything, so do I need to get more BG? I just have to get good, it seems like. Okay. He's doing the thing again, though. Oh, okay. We lived. Okay.
You've given up someone you called a friend.
Shut up, bitch.
Nothing. A meaningless death.
We're going to stick to our beliefs right until the very end.
I will say, it kind of suck that I can't seem to be able to use my my freaking Mystic Arts here, unfortunately. I feel like I could hit you a lot harder if I guess I can at least partner blast and stuff. I just can't seem to be able to do my Mystic Arts.
Return to nothingness.
Okay. I was at 1 health for a second, and then I died. I don't know why I didn't die the first time. It just sort of feels like I'm missing something here, but I think it's fine.
No turning back for either of us now.
Like, the game isn't really explaining exactly what I really need to do during this fight very well.
Return to nothingness.
How did I survive that attack the first time? And when he's about to do his, now that he's about to do his big move, maybe I should start spamming items. Just to make sure I don't die. Well, I can't quite spam items, can't I? Okay, I do have quite a bit of I have a lot of BG, so I can spam Banish Blast. Here we go. Okay.
How cruel and thoughtless of you. You've given up someone you called a friend. And what has it earned you? Nothing.
Yeah, I think I just need to have enough BG at the time to just spam Banish Blast, I think. Honestly, I have not been using Banish Blast very much this game. Simply because it just takes so long to charge up when you cast it, so... Okay, it's time. There we go.
Hell, the wind that shall lead the way. The time is now. Zestiria!
Futile.
We're all still fighting.
That's right. Don't you get that?
Obliged to reality.
At least I know how to do this now. So, I hope this is just smooth sailing from here. I should probably use an item to get Lila back up, though. Since she can't recover, otherwise. I can't switch her out to recover, unfortunately. Come on, more. There we go. One more. Layla. It's just you left. The lady. Okay.
Your squad can no longer armatize. This is the end.
Don't be so sure of that!
Neither of you cherish your lives.
You just noticed? We were ready for this ages ago!
And Rose died again. Okay, maybe I shouldn't bother keeping Rose up. Oh, is he doing it?
I'll strike you down!
Command the heavens and earth.
Burn away! I'll strike you down!
Void and nothingness.
Now's your chance, Ray!
Do it! Do it! There we go. Rose came back to life for the cutscene. Okay.
Yeah. Eldol, the white flames of purification.
We did it! Everyone?
Oh, 7.
It's all over.
Also, I got -0 grade. Okay.
Have you run out of options?
Rose, my bestie.
Saray?
Bye.
No more words, I take it.
Let's do this.
There's still more? He has 21,000 health, which is reasonable, I suppose. Okay, let me focus for a second. This is just me. Honestly, thought the dragon fight was just gonna be it, honestly. What are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? Your head's doing a weird thing. Shit. Wait, I kinda need a heal. Real quick, just real quick. There you go. Oh, this is different. This is very different. It's so anime, what the hell? Okay, this anime is hell, but also just sick as hell. Is that the dragon? Is that Nautilus, I think?
Nautilus.
Oh, I'm controlling here. Okay. Very slowly.
You've achieved your goal. You've avenged your guardian, your comrades. This age of chaos will not end.
Bitch. I wouldn't like more dialogue during this very slow walking animation, you know.
And when you put that sword through me, a new Lord of Calamity will be born.
Feel about to watch me commit murder here.
Do it. Only then will you fully understand.
Oh, through the stone as well, okay. That's a sharp sword.
I'm sorry that this was the only way to save you. Good night, Heldolf. Your life of eternal solitude is at last over.
You dare fight back, even until the very end. I can't stand it.
I don't know where that blood is coming from, but okay. Is that my friends?
Thank you.
Yeah, but Gramps is still dead. That's unfortunate, I guess. Oh, they made a little grave for him. Okay, but what was that? Riz made it out, at least. I suppose. Oh, getting more extra art for the credits? Alright. Kind of debating about playing this game or not. About all the Tales game in a set. I see, I see. I would say, I think this is my first Tales game. This is my first Tales game. I did enjoy it. However, I do have some gripes about the gameplay and stuff, especially with that last boss there. Story is definitely good, I think. Story is definitely good, however, some parts are, I wish they kind of explained a little bit more. Gameplay seems... it was very hard for me to get used to the gameplay, especially with, the sort of attack triangle they have here, so... Tried Zestiria, but the fighting is a lot cooler in Berseria. Yeah, I do plan on playing Berseria. Probably not right after Zestiria, though, so... I'll play Berseria soonish, but... not immediately after Zestiria, so... How long did it take for you? So... Good question. I don't know how many streams it's been. Like 15 or 16? So 16 times 4? 16 times 4 hours, maybe-ish? Actually, it will probably show me my playtime here in a second, because I also did like a whole lot of grinding off-stream as well, so yeah. This is like concept art, maybe? You can look it up in Steam. I'm on PS4. This is PS4. Oh, UFO table does the animations for these. Okay, interesting. I think UFO table is the same. The UFO table the same animation studio that's doing like the Genshin anime, maybe? They implemented the play hours in PS5 though. I think they will probably show me like my game stats here after the credits, so... I will say, I finished the game. I don't feel quite satisfied yet, because I still feel like there's still a lot for me to do here, so... Still got the post-game and also the DLC story, so... I'm sweating. What is this animation? This Chompia's animation. I'll go back to play Berseria now. Have a good day. Have a good day. Excuse me. I'm just gonna let the credits play out, because I also kind of want to look at all this art too. Ow. That's all. I kind of feel like you're a wasted character almost, in a way, kind of, honestly. But Is that... Oh, wait. Are those the twins? And another shepherd? Ah, I see. Actually, I didn't see whose grave was that. Who? Was it? Either Soraya or Rose? Actually, no. Those were like the twins from Rose's Assassin's Guild, so it'd probably make more sense if it's Rose, because they're much, much older. So we sleep at an inn, all in a pile on the floor? Honestly, fair. What am I looking at here? That's a cute animation, okay. Oh, another one? Another scene? Cleo? Oh? He does look good with long hair, It is very gender, and just ends there.